obviously it meant a lot to me personally. I know I speak for Joe Biden and Michelle when I say that we are all just so profoundly grateful for what you guys did, not just through this year, but through my entire first term. Not to mention, in addition to being grateful, I'm just unbelievably impressed because you guys helped build the greatest grassroots election effort in the history of the country. I understand what I'm saying here, not in recent history, in the history of the country. And you will always be part of that history. You created thousands of neighborhood teams. You called tens of millions of voters. You knocked on tens of millions of doors. You registered hundreds of thousands of voters. You know, just take a couple examples. Florida and North Carolina each registered over 300,000 new voters, which is unbelievable. And that didn't just help us win an election. I mean, you've changed the nature of the electorate in those states moving forward. And everything you did, from holding local team meetings to hosting debate watch parties to canvassing to voter registration, all helped people get involved in their civic life for in some cases, the first time. And this just made us a better country. So I am so proud of what you guys did and so proud of what you accomplished. You know, this was a long, hard-fought race. It had a lot of ups and downs. But you guys always kept your eye on the ball. You worked hard. You didn't let the story of the day or the week distract you. You know, you didn't, you know, waver. And, you know, you were an example of what we talk about when we say we're all in it together. And you also proved the naysayers wrong because a lot of people, frankly, were skeptical that we could duplicate what we did in 2008. And with all the headwinds we had, you guys exceeded it in many cases. And you showed America that things don't have to be like they've always been. And on a personal note, you know, you guys stuck by me through good days, bad days, weeks where everybody said we couldn't lose, weeks when we said we couldn't win. You know, after the first debate, when everybody, you know, was sure that this was a disaster, you know, you just kept on going. You sacrificed time with your friends and your family. You probably didn't get enough sleep. All of which not just made our victory possible, but changed the conversation in the country about who we are and how we need to move forward. To all of you, you know, a lot of you I had a chance to meet on the campaign trail. Some of you I never met, but I'm so proud of what you guys accomplished, and you know, I will always be in awe and inspired by what you've done. Now, so that's the good news. The bad news is our work can't stop now because, you know, as we learned in the first term, you know, in some ways an election is just the beginning. It's not the end point. You know, it's a means to a goal, and that is to actually help families all across the country. So we've accomplished a lot, from healthcare reform to Wall Street reform, but we got a lot more to do. That's why I ran for a second term, and that's why you guys worked so hard. So as we move forward, there are going to be new wrinkles, new frustrations. We can't predict them yet. We're going to have some triumphs and some successes, but there are going to be some tough days. You know, starting with some of these negotiations around the fiscal cliff that you guys probably read about, making sure that our tax system is fair. So we're going to need you guys to stay active. We need you to stick with us and stay on this. And I'm pledging to do a better job even than we did in the first term in making sure you guys stay involved. You guys know exactly what we're doing, that we're giving you guys clear direction and talking points in terms of how we keep mobilizing across the country, how we can all stay involved with each other because, you know, we're just stronger when we're together. And, you know, this gives me a good opportunity just to say, obviously, I think I speak for the volunteers to say how proud we are of Mitch and all the state directors and all the incredible staff, most of whom, you know, are still under 30, it seems like, but they worked so hard and poured their heart into this thing. Mitch, I couldn't be prouder of you, but the entire staff, but obviously you were only as successful as our volunteers were willing to let us be successful. And so to all the volunteers who are on the phone, I love you guys. I'm so proud of you. You should take a breath and just kind of look at what you've accomplished and what you've done. America is never going to be the same because of what you've done. It's just place because of your involvement. And Mitch is going to talk to you about how you can stay involved, so don't let up. And I expect to keep seeing a bunch of you as I'm traveling, and one of my pledges for the second term is to get out of Washington more often because it's just good for my soul. And the more I get a chance to see you guys, the better off I am. So, proud of you guys, and I love you. All right?
Great. Thank you, sir.